Hey Ratbags, it's Jade today. You guys, if you've been watching regularly recently, you might have seen some of my videos taking a look at things like bugs with lasers on their heads and a whole host of Grounded 1 content like the Black Ox Beetle being shown off what it looked like in Grounded 2 at the moment. But of course, many things will change, I'm sure. If you don't know or haven't heard this before, most of the creatures are returning from Grounded 1. That's why I don't really consider them spoilers, because the devs have literally said it. Only in the case of maybe new armor or new weapons and stuff like that, then I think it's probably worth a good spoiler warning. However, today I'm going to actually show you guys a brand new variant of a creature that's likely to be a tier 4 or tier 5. Why? Well, the mod that I'm using at the moment actually allows you access to everything in the game files currently. So it's not a mod that just adds new creatures, it's literally what's in the game made by Eidos and Obsidian. And some of you guys have been confused about that, I'm not too sure how or why. It's not hacking. Jace, one of the data miners, has made this mod and it's like you can do so much with it, use cheats and all sorts. But it does also include one of a tier 4 or 5 creature that we've known about for a while and other people have actually leaked, but I've kind of held it back till now because I did kind of want to wait until it was fast approaching, or in case Obsidian or Eidos did what they've done with things like the Black Widow and shown off or teased that it's coming, since we saw lots of the Black Widow decorations. So as always, if you don't like leaks, stop watching this video. I've tried to make it really hard to recognise what it could be from the thumbnail. Anything you see doesn't mean it's actually arriving. It could be cut content. We have got lots of content to look forward to now with the spring update and the summer update, but I still think it's cool to show some stuff off. And like I said, now that lots of people have access to this mod, we're probably going to see a lot more of this stuff shown off. So I figure, you know what, it might as well be me. That way I can at least give a bit of context about realistically whether or not it's going to turn up in Grounded in the future. Okay, breathe. I think it's also interesting to talk about actual progression. So you've seen from spiders and ants that there are clear signs of progression with the armor sets, right? They all have the same similar style. Likewise, bombardier beetles and then rust beetles. Some of these creatures are having 3, maybe even 4 armor sets added as part of a set. Until now, scorpion gear, we've only had one, which is of course the northern scorpion, because there are no other scorpions. Or are there? Using Jace's mod, Tinker Tools mod, which you can find on Nexus, and I am going to do a video showing how to do it, but I just want to make sure I'm doing it absolutely right, allows you to spawn in this. This is the striped back scorpion, and yes, I do believe it's meant to be a level 5. That's not all. There is actually another scorpion called the Arizona scorpion that exists in the data files, but that seems to be a level 4. I think I've got this right. But for some reason, the only models that we're actually able to see and what they've changed is effectively the tier 5 ones, not the tier 4. Some of you eagle-eyed viewers might have seen me showing a tiny bit of this off in one of my videos taking a look at different armor sets or the ant leaks originally in one of the dev worlds. So we kind of know that this is definitely something they're probably going to add. Again, not 100% sure, but given that everything else that was shown off in that dev world has started to appear, then I don't think it's too out of the realms of possibility we will see these come in the summer update or maybe the update after. Or it will be the Arizona scorpions and this was just left over that they forgot to include. But yeah, we're going to get some new variants and that might not be such a surprise, but it falls in line with everything else we've seen. I'd also forgotten about the fact there is actually some evidence of armor, so we'll go over that as well. But yeah, progression in terms of armors. Some of you guys complain that some of the armors don't cover your whole body. Well, the point is that as you progress through each one, they will eventually start getting bigger and better. So we've seen regular ant armor, black ant armor, and of course fire ant armor will make a return, since the devs literally leaked the fire ant armor themselves on their Xbox page on day of release before taking it down. They should all be fighter armor. Then we've got bombardier beetles, which at the moment we've got obviously the new one, the rust beetle, and they're both mage armor. And yes, there's going to be another one added by looks of things as well to complete the set. So I think this is cool. Some people will start complaining, oh, just more variants, blah, 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 blah. But I do believe there's room for these. Like, what do people expect? We can't have just 200 really unique bugs. Of course, the devs are going to reuse stuff. As long as they can tinker with them a little bit to give them either some new strength abilities or different types of abilities, then I'm down for that. Again, especially if they're going to give us a more unique armor or weapons. But yeah, at the moment, so far, they've just put a skin on top of the northern ones. There's no actual changes with any of the elements. It probably is just a placeholder just to see what they'd look like in the light and to get a feel for them, and I'll totally be down for having these. Imagine if these burrow under the sand a bit more. They get added to the summer update, which should have quite a large sandy area. It is going to have some sort of shoreline area by the looks of things that we've seen or noticed. It's not going to be just flagstones and then just a huge body of water. It does look like there will be some sand. The other option, of course, is that either this or the Arizona one will appear maybe in the actual playground. So we know that's going to get, kid stuff like swings and slides, and likelihood is it's probably going to be filled with sand. We might even see things return like antlions and stuff. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if we saw some of these guys around the shore or close to the water on the far side of the water. It's technically a little creek, and then maybe another type of scorpion will eventually arrive in the actual playground. Or they've cancelled one, hence why we can't really find any looks about the Arizona, only just references to the files. Yeah, we might not see these guys appear for a while. If you're looking at distance, they kind of look quite similar, but there are a few little changes. Although I do believe, if I got that right, the Arizona one's full name is Arizona striped bark scorpions. But then you've got these guys which are on their own striped bark scorpions. This one picture kind of makes them look a bit fat, but I've seen a few other pictures which look like the ones in game right now. So it will be interesting to see if they do add some new gear. You'd assume so, since they've still got to keep adding stuff for rogue playstyles, unless they mix it up and change it. But I would say that we've seen already from the spiders, we've seen already from the ants, and obviously the bombardier beetles, that their next variants are still within that same class. So when these bad boys do arrive, they are probably going to be rogue. There's not much to really talk about in terms of new abilities or anything. You can see they are literally just the regular northern scorpions with just a new skin. But they were holding their own out against some pretty terrifying bosses. And again, yes, I'm showing lots of stuff here. This was from a live stream I did, showing the obviously wasp queen and obviously a brood mother. But they are at the moment just leftover assets from Grounded 1. It doesn't mean they're coming to Grounded 2. But what could they do with scorpions? Like, how are they going to make them more difficult? Is the venom going to be just a lot stronger? Could they have some new abilities, some new way to attack? Obviously, I know they've got claws and stinging tails, but maybe it'll do a different type of attack, maybe more stun damage with it, so it immobilizes you for a few seconds. That's the way the poison might work for it. This is the kind of thing that it's good to see and hear people's ideas, because Obsidian might actually pay attention and maybe take on board some of it. I'd love to see one of these scorpions literally make you immobile rather than necessarily just give you more poison. Apparently to the game files, and again all to the data miners, cooked shrimp for this one, that originally the northern scorpions were going to be tier 3, but they seem to have changed them to tier 2. So they could be doing the same with the next set. We might actually see the strike back ones, or the Arizonas, whichever one's going to arrive first, be tier 3, and then the next one's tier 4. Kind of crazy that actually when you take into account the different types of spiders and the ants and the scorpions now, they make up over 40 different creatures with all their variants that will eventually be in Grounded 2. So yeah, hopefully I've explained all that right. Like I said, we're going to get one of these eventually as a tier 4 and maybe another one as tier 5. We'll have to wait and see actually if that pans out. As always, let me know what you think about bugs in Grounded 2. What ones need to be added, changed, maybe given new abilities? What ones would you like to see have more variants? Where's the moths at? What kind of water buggies or creatures do you want to see added? Let me know in the comments, and as always, I'll keep you guys up to date with any leaks, news, gameplay guides and more. Big shout out to the Data Peep Squad, and I'll see you ratbags later.